I'm just gonna check out the people who lived out their insane premises. This is like a good motivation not to go to jail, bro. No cap, because niggas get your booty hole play with. Yo, Stewie. I appreciate the follow, bro. But yo, hey, yo, my nigga, hey, yo, and not on my soul. All right, bro. Let's check out these niggas, bro.
These criminals were sentenced to decades behind bars, but lived longer than their prison sentences. From people wrongly sentenced to decades in jail, to dangerous criminals set free after serving more than 70 years. First, we have to look at Ricky Jackson. Can you imagine being in prison for 40 years of your life for a crime you didn't commit? Well, that actually happened to this man. When Ricky Jackson was only 19 years old, he was arrested for a crime he did not commit. Police said he took the life of a salesman named Harry Frank.
Hey, yo, Stewie.
The only evidence cops had was a witness statement from a 13-year-old named Eddie Vernon. Aside from that one witness, there was zero physical evidence.
What?
Despite this, Ricky Jackson was found guilty. He was initially given the death sentence, but after several appeals, this was changed to a life sentence.
Oh my gosh.
Ricky was sent to prison in 1974. He thought he was going to die behind bars, but in 2013, the witness, Eddie Vernon, broke down in tears. Eddie admitted he did not see Ricky take the life of Harry
He should go to
Frank,
jail.
and instead was coerced into saying this by cops. It turned out Eddie Vernon never even saw the attack take place. This
that's messed up, bro.
Meant that Ricky Jackson was finally released. He was given freedom in 2014 after spending 4 decades behind bars.
He was in jail for 40 years, locked up at freaking 19, chat. There's no way, bro. No cap. There's no way, bro.
But sadly, this meant he was now an old man at the time. Ricky Jackson was given $18 million in compensation, but some say that's not enough for all of those decades lost. But
You can have money now, bro, but like all the years of prison, bro, that's great. That nigga thought he was gonna die in there, bro.
Would you take $18 million to lose 40 years of your life?
No.
Personally, I definitely wouldn't. Moving on, we have to look at Betty Smithy. Betty Smithy is America's longest-serving female inmate. In 1963, this woman took the life of a minor. For this crime, she was given a life sentence. But while she was behind bars, she managed to escape 4 times. Although she was caught again every time. Eventually, she decided to stop trying to escape and instead improve her life. She got educated behind bars and began writing poetry. In 2003, Betty applied for parole. She was rejected, but in 2012, she appealed again, and this time, she was finally freed.
Her old ass can't do nothing anyway, bro. They gotta let her out, bro. At some point, my nigga. I feel like when you get a certain age in jail, nah, never mind. Yeah, never mind. Nah, some niggas be weird, though.
She spent 49 years behind bars.
49
was
years.
Finally made a free woman at 69 years old. Some said she should never have been released due to her crimes, but the judge believed Betty had changed behind bars. What do you think? Is 49
years in jail,
enough
my nigga?
or not? Moving along, we have to look at Thomas Trantino. In 1963, Thomas Trantino got drunk. He then got into an altercation with 2 cops and ended their lives. He was arrested a few days later, and in court was given the death penalty. He was on death row for 8 years until 1971. That was when New Jersey abolished the death penalty.
Shout out New Jersey. Why is New Jersey in every damn video I watch, my nigga? There's no death penalty in Jersey, but we have it in Florida, my nigga. No cap. Let's go, Coco.
Thomas's sentence was
Speaking of liquor, this nigga got drunk off of liquor and he killed 2 cops, bro. I think you should be careful of your life, Coco.
changed to life behind bars. While he was locked up, Thomas wrote 2 books. In 2002, he applied for parole and, surprisingly, was released. He spent 39 years in prison.
39 years in prison, my nigga. That's crazy.
Making him New Jersey's longest-serving prisoner. Some people, especially cops, were annoyed that he was released. But do you think nearly 4 decades is enough for what Thomas did? Moving along, we have
2 murders though, 40 years. I mean, that's kind of like the typical, right? If you kill somebody, it's usually you get 20 years, bro. It's usually 20 years, which is considered a life sentence because you take a decade out of your life, bro. But I mean, technically, that's what it is, textbook, right?
To look at Joseph
You don't actually go to jail
Ligon.
for life.
In
Depends on your sentence.
1953, 15-year-old Joseph Ligon was sentenced to life in prison.
Damn.
You see, Joseph had got drunk and decided to do some robberies. This caused 6 men to be injured and 2 men to lose their lives. Joseph Ligon was found guilty for what he did and was sentenced to life behind
Damn, he's
bars.
chopped.
Decades went by, but in 2016, the law changed. It was ruled that life sentences for juveniles were unconstitutional. As a result, Joseph was released in 2017. He had spent 68 years behind bars.
Oh my gosh. 68 years in jail from the age
Jeremy
of
Jacob
15.
999.
Going in at age 15 and
15.
leaving at age 83.
83, my
But
nigga, your
here's
life
the
is
surprising
gone.
thing. Although Joseph was free to go, he refused. He had spent 68 years behind bars and was too used to jail life. So instead, he preferred to stay in prison, which is where he still is to this day. Next, we
That's sad that that's all he knew. And he got so comfortable with the fact that he doesn't have to go and get housing and go and get a job. He just, damn, bro. Damn.
have to look
I was just
at
kidding, Jeremy. I'm
Charles
gonna catch you later, bro.
Ford. In 1952, this man was
I'll catch you later,
sentenced to
Jeremy.
life in prison and spent 64 years behind bars.
Damn.
All for a crime he did not
I
commit.
think they said he's in jail till today. Well, this is a year ago this came out. So I guess, damn. Damn, bro. These niggas in jail long times, bro. Your whole life is gone, bro. Yo, child, I be trying to tell you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do the right thing, man. Don't be out here doing things you know you should not be doing, bro. It might be cool, or for people, niggas might want thugs, but at the end of the day, nigga, 2 ways. You're going to be dead, or you're going to get your butt took in jail. And niggas think they can fight anybody. Nigga, there's always a nigga who could fight better than you. And no matter what you skilled at, there's a nigga who's bigger than you who can fight better than you, my nigga. Let's keep it a buck. No matter. Nigga, you're not freaking, I don't care who you is, nigga. You're not winning every fight, bro. No cap. Nigga, Floyd Mayweather 50-0. There's some fights that nigga, we know that nigga lost, bro. Let's keep it a buck.
Was not even at the scene of the crime. He had allegedly taken
I keep
someone's
playing, Yuta.
life.
Nigga.
Some said that Charles was profiled by the judge and jury.
You-
meaning
hey,
that
still
despite the
actually
little
happened, nigga. You
evidence,
joking
he was
about it.
still given a life sentence. It turned out Charles's lawyer never submitted an appeal. He was 20 when he went into prison and was 84 years old when he came
84.
out, meaning that he spent a whopping 64 years behind bars.
Damn.
Charles was released into a nursing home as he was too old to look after himself. So while he was released, he basically lost his entire life to prison. When Charles
Wow.
was released, he began crying in court. Next, we have to look
Ew.
at John Buns. This man is New York's oldest inmate. He ended the life of his wife of 17 and a half years.
Wow,
John Buns
what?
and his wife Virginia got into an argument. Things escalated and John used a hammer
What?
to end Virginia's life. John Buns was given a life
Yo,
sentence for what he did. He
what?
was set to be released when he was aged 112, but instead he was released early when he was age 94. He was released in order to get medical care. That's because prisons find it too hard to look after people who are so old. But in 2014, at the age of 94, John Buns passed away. He is still the oldest ever inmate New York has had. Moving on, we have
Oldest New York. Yo, that nigga was 94, died at 94, whole life gone, bro. No cap.
to look at
I don't know how no nigga could ever glorify going to jail, bro. Like, there's no, like, nigga, nobody wants to go to jail, bro. Like, niggas, if niggas really could see what's going on in there and what happens on a day-to-day basis, bro, niggas would be like, yo, damn, I'm not trying to go there, bro. No cap.
Stewart. Harvey Stewart is a man who's been to prison many times throughout his life. In 1951, he was given a 10-year sentence for armed robbery. He was released but was soon put back in jail. This was for ending the life of a man named James Laird. Harvey Stewart escaped prison many times, but was quickly recaptured every time. He was later released in 1985 after serving only 9 years. But only 16 months later, Harvey was arrested yet again, this time for robbing a bank. This
Really,
guy
bro?
really does love jail. He served 59 years
Damn.
behind bars and was finally released in 2011. This was mainly because of his old age and declining health. He was 83 years old by the time he was released. He outlived all of his family and friends, which meant he had
He outlived all his family and friends. The nigga has nobody, bro. Bro, nigga love jail. Yeah, bro. But here's the thing, though. I do feel like, for one, the niggas who's going to jail need to take accountability for their actions and do better. And two, jail needs to have a better process of actually rehabilitating these people who are doing these very, very, very very messed up things. And they just end up doing it again. So I don't think the process is good either.
No prison visits in over a decade. When Harvey Stewart was interviewed about his time in prison, he said this: "Imagine that, 6 all. I wouldn't recommend it." Harvey's right, he really did waste his entire life behind bars. I think this man is proof that crime is not worth it. Next, let's look at John Franzese. John Franzese was a member of one of the USA's most deadly mafias.
Yo, chat, is the mafia still alive? Let me chill.
That is the Colombo crime family. He soon gained a reputation as one.
Thank you for the follow, Abrion Jackson. W for the follow, man. How you doing today, Birdie? You said find out? Nah, just chill. I don't want to find out about the mafia, bro. They niggas cut my balls off, put in my mouth. In GTA though, just chill. I'm sorry.
One of the mafia's most dangerous thugs. He claims to have ended over 50 lives, but
Damn.
he was never convicted for this.
Nigga John Wick.
Instead, he was given a life sentence for a different crime. That was
This nigga John Wick,
orchestrating
chat.
many bank robberies around the USA. He was given 50 years behind bars. In 2011,
Either way though, if the mafia, yeah, for sure. I think they're still alive, but like this nigga's good in jail because they have different groups, like the Bloods, the Crips, and the Mafia, bro. And that's like family ties. But like, you know what I'm saying?
John was released at the age of 93.
93,
In
damn.
2011, at the age of 93, John Franzese was given an extra 8 years behind bars. This
What?
was for extortion and loan sharking. In 2017, he celebrated his 100-year-old birthday behind bars, and was released later that year. In
Wow.
total, John Franzese spent over 40 years in the can, meaning that he basically lost half of his life.
Wow.
I guess that's the price you pay when you're in the mob.
Wow.
Finally, let's look at
He
James
snitched.
Moore. In 1962,
Damn.
James Moore ended the life of a 14-year-old named Pamela Moss. He was given a life sentence. While in prison, he did various jobs and
Do you watch
also
time,
got an
bro?
education. He requested to be released 20 times, but every time the judge said no. That was until June of 2022. He was finally released after spending 60 years behind bars, but he is now in full-time care and had to have both of his legs
What?
amputated. Now it's
Damn.
time for you to make your voice heard.
Let me watch
Comments
time.
below. Do you think life sentences should be allowed?
I
or not?
100% agree that life sentences should be allowed for people who do very heinous crimes. I think that they should be allowed, bro. You know what I'm saying? People do a lot of messed up crimes.